Hey guys, it's Cho and I'm back with another video. In today's video, we're going to be discussing the moral and ethical dilemma of when it's okay, if ever, to support a brand or company that has previously been canceled. Okay? So this video, the genesis of this video started when I was watching one of my favorite skincare influencers, James Welsh. He was doing a Q&A session for his fans and audience members, and he said some pretty interesting things. Let's jump right into that video right now, and then we will react to it afterwards.
Are you going to be the face of Naturium's UK launch? I'm going to put this in with a few other questions. A lot of people have asked about my opinions on Naturium, my relationship with Susan, if we're still friends, all that kind of stuff. And I will be talking about this in a video. Yes, me and Susan are friends. We always have been. I think after the launch of Naturium, we spoke loads. Susan was very open about what happened behind the scenes. She was very understanding of why I wouldn't be reviewing Naturium at the time. Susan, my friend, yes, do I know a little bit more about what goes on behind the scenes? Of course I do. I respect your right not to be involved with the brand or talk about the brand, but I'm at a point now where I'm like, these products are really fucking good. They're really good. And Susan, bless her, still sent them to me even though I've never reviewed them in the 2-3 years that the brand's been alive. And they are really, really good. Really easy accessible. They're in Target. They're about to be launched here in the UK. I don't know where, but I'm guessing it's going to be a high street shop that's easily accessible as well.
So, there's a lot to say. There's a lot to unpack with this video. First off, he never answers the question about whether he's going to be the face of Naturium's launch in the UK. That was interesting. Sometimes it's not in what you say, it's what you don't say and how you avoid answering questions. Regardless, that's what the girls are saying, but we can neither confirm nor deny that he's actually going to be contracted with Naturium.
You will see. Everything in the dark comes to the light. That's all I gotta say.
That being said, if he is, congratulations. He deserves it because he's a walking billboard in the skincare world, okay? Now, personally, when it comes to me, I think it's just personal. Naturium's launch was very, very mishandled. And it was so egregious that I don't think I'll ever be purchasing from Naturium again. You know, I know that they're a big player in the skincare world, and I know that influencers love Naturium, okay? And before some shill comes out and says, oh, well, they're selling so many products, they're this, they're that. You know, I still think the products on paper, they look average. They look, I'm not gonna drag Naturium too hard in this video, but they just give average. They give average, I'm sorry, and they give ineffective. I'm sorry, I'm being judgmental. But, you know, I liken Naturium to like McDonald's. You know, McDonald's sells a lot of burgers around the world, but no one is saying that McDonald's has the best burgers around the world.
How do you know what's good for me? That's my opinion!
So, you know, all shade aside, let's get into the meat of this video. So when is it okay to support a brand that has previously been canceled? In this section of the video, we're going to discuss 4 questions that will maybe help you to decide when that is for you personally, and whether you want to forgive a brand for any past transgressions or whatnot. I'm going to be mentioning a lot of different brands in this video and some of their controversies. As a reminder, these are all allegations. These are rumors. These are conspiracy theories. This is gossip. None of this is factual, okay? It's just opinion, okay? Number 1, was the drama actually a big deal, or are some mistakes unforgivable? That's kind of the first question I ask myself when it comes to whether I'm going to support a brand or not. Some things aren't worth being canceled, let's be honest. And that really depends on your own moral compass. This is going to be different for everyone. So for example, we're going to come out of the gate really hot with this one. Some people don't support particular brands based on their political affiliation. Now, I find this to be quite silly in my opinion, but let's say that a company supports Trump openly. Boycott, canceled the house. You know how the girls are. Let's say that, Biden supports some skincare. It's sponsored by Biden. Canceled. He's an old man. Cancel. Politicians are disgusting and deplorable in general. So I understand the emotional response to that. But, it just depends. It really depends on where your moral compass falls. And then the other part of that question is, is the action that was taken by this company unforgivable? One example that comes to mind with that is Mario Badescu. Now, this is a brand that I have never used. I've never been interested, especially after I heard the allegations of them using steroids in their skincare products. You heard that right. Steroids in their skincare products. Now, allegedly, the girls' faces were falling off and they were inflamed and they were just going through the gigs. A lot of their customers really suffered through this scandal. And I believe that Mario Badescu really swept the entire thing under the rug and hasn't ever really taken full accountability or swapped out the leadership roles of the people that were involved during that scandal. Now, friend of the channel, I guess I'm going to call him a friend of the channel, Rob, aka Mad About Skin, did a recent video about this, I think a week or two ago. So I'm going to leave a link down below of him talking about Mario Badescu and how they have kind of resurged in the public eye of recent with their use of influencers, which we love our influencers. Number 2 question is a genuine apology and accountability offered? Genuine apologies by these companies are usually accompanied by a promise to do better and then actions that follow to ensure that those promises are upheld. This does not mean that, you're going to generate some PR response that's cookie cutter. You're not going to get out the Notes app and, give us a half-assed apology. It also comes to video too. When people are making these videos on YouTube, these video apologies, and you see that the video is cut, diced, chopped, and sliced like pico de gallo, it's like, no, we want to see a raw, authentic apology where you're just being yourself and you're speaking from the heart. And sometimes companies and brands are somewhat incapable of doing this. Now, a brand that comes to mind for me in this part of the video is Herbivore and Botanicals. Now, allegedly, they manipulated their consumers into buying a $60 Bakucho serum that has no Bakucho in it. You heard that right. A $60 bottle of Bakucho serum with no Bakucho in it. You heard that right. And I was actually one of the first YouTubers to do a video on this topic. One of the first, not the first, but one of the first. And it was pretty deplorable the way Herbivore and Botanicals reacted and responded to this controversy. They were literally caught red-handed by the one of the few suppliers of Bakucho in the US. They were actually caught. Go watch my video. I'll leave the link down in the description box, but go watch that video because it's kind of a bombshell story. And Herbivore and Botanicals, they never really apologized. They never really took accountability, and they're still holding on to this sense of delusion about their own serum, their own products, and they've been proven wrong. So I don't know. I'll never buy another product from them, even though their products look lovely. They look fantastic. They look pretty. It's not for me. Now, before we move on, I was going through my analytics and I discovered that 60% of my viewers are not subscribed to the channel. Do you support other women or not? Tell me, do you support people or not?
You're supposed to be my friend! My friend, my soulmate, my sister! Get out that way!
So please, if you're liking this video, if you are enjoying the content that I'm serving on a silver platter, please hit that subscribe button. Make your life a little bit easier, okay? Now, moving on to the third question I ask myself. Is the mistake uncharacteristic of the brand's track record? This is important. I think that if you have a brand that is notorious for being involved in scandal after scandal after scandal, then you probably don't want to waste your time even questioning whether you should support the brand or not. That being said, sometimes there's some situations where freak accidents happen. I did a video about the time where Youth to the People came under fire for having an influencer event and not inviting Black content creators and people of color content creators, and they came under fire for this. I made a video about it, link in the description box below. But the woke mob was after them. They really sunk their teeth in Youth to the People for a good solid 2 weeks. And I thought it was pretty crazy that people had such convenient amnesia, because when I look at Youth to the People's track record, I feel as though they have gone above and beyond for Black creators and people of color. And so you can see that in their history that they really go above and beyond. So to me, it felt like this PR fiasco was a freak accident, and it was actually an honest mistake. So it was easy for me to forgive Youth to the People for this error in their way. Okay, does that make sense? Like, you gotta really look at a brand's history to see if this behavior is antithetical to who they are and how they represent themselves, and if past actions line up with the current controversy, because sometimes it doesn't. And that's how I feel about that. So the fourth and final question I ask myself is, how much time has passed? Now listen, this is another very abstract question to ask that will vary depending on who you are and what your tolerance is for controversy, I guess. But I think it's important to allow time to sometimes be the deciding factor on whether you forgive a brand or not. There's no arbitrary number. Again, this number is going to be different for everybody. But no one is the same person they were 10 years ago. And this goes for individuals and brands. No one's the same. I think that whether we want to or not, I think most people are always evolving and changing with their life experiences. And that goes for companies as well. One of my favorite skincare brands when I started this YouTube journey was Deviant Skincare. They're a very small, woman-owned business with really high quality products that look fantastic on your shelf as well. And I unfortunately took a long break from them after the controversy with skincare influencer Esther Olu. Now, I never did a full-length video on this topic, but I was super active on social media and giving my opinions, and they were pretty harsh opinions as it relates to Deviant Skincare. It was unfortunate because I felt like I was nurturing a relationship with the owner of Deviant Skincare, who I actually adore. I think she's lovely. I think she's genuine. Based off of my experiences, don't drag me in the comment section. Based off my experiences, I think she's super lovely. But I unfortunately put a pause on that relationship for the past year to kind of just give space and to let time heal wounds. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like I'm reaching the point now where it's been over a year since the drama, and I think it's time for me to give the brand a try again. They've got some new products that I haven't tried. I've kept up with them, but I haven't posted about them. I haven't posted my empties from when I did have their products, and I think time is just something that heals most wounds, right? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think on all these different topics, from herbivore and botanicals, Mario Badescu, Naturium, deviant skincare. I really want to know your opinions. I think at the end of the day, you should really support brands that you trust. And whether that's Naturium or deviant skincare, I think that at the end of the day, you, in your opinion, is the most valuable and the most important. Whether this brand has been canceled by someone else shouldn't really matter too much. The bottom line is that there's way too many skincare brands out there to even be questioning whether this brand is being ethical or unethical with their business practices. There's so many small brands that are working very hard that really want your business, and to be caught up in the back and forth with whether you should support a brand or not, it might be too, if it's that difficult, you might just want to pick a different brand. But tell me your thoughts. I want to know your thoughts in the comment section. Please let me know. How do you feel? Drop down in the comments. And don't forget to like this video, because if you don't, you're going to have cystic acne with a side of monkeypox. Okay? Have a good one, guys. Bye.